Alright, so we have a game on a not engine-friendly board. I would love Conspirator as a card, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to want to work out on this board. There's no real card draw to speak of other than Conspirator itself. Could work well with Fishing Village, and I may end up picking it up just because of that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be engine-worthy, that's for sure. Fishing Village does tend to make for very unusual and fun games, but it doesn't turn a non-engine board necessarily into one that supports engines. What it does allow for is all kinds of interesting terminals, Conspirator included, because a single Fishing Village is enough to turn two Conspirators in hand into a Conspirator chain. So I'm going to start with Fishing Village. Ocean for Transmute, don't particularly I don't like Transmute as a card. There's very few situations in which I think it's worth buying, but it is an interesting card. So we'll open Fishing Village, Conspirator. Now, $2 isn't really going to go very far. I could pick up an Herbalist, but I think that's, without card draw, it's not particularly worthwhile. I don't think I'm going to need the buys anytime soon, so I'm not going to go do that. $5. $6 rather is going to be a. I like the Jester here. I like gold as well. I love gold. I'll pick up a gold for now. I feel like I'm going to have opportunities to get Jesters later on if I really, really want it. And there's a province, so much for the engine building. I had really no intention of building engines anyhow. It was more just picking up fishing villages for the purpose of having fishing villages. Here I will get a Jester, I believe. So this is going to be a fishing village. I do need more of those, considering the amount of terminals that I have in my deck. Fishing villages are very nice at smoothing out decks filled with terminals because they do give effectively two further actions than the action that they take, whereas most villages only get one. So here, so $6 again is going to get gold. I think actually that should have been a harem. That was probably a mistake. As I've mentioned in previous videos, harems are really useful in games that are probably going to go extremely quickly. I don't foresee this one going more than another 5 turns or so, but we'll find out soon. This will be another Conspirator or Fishing Village. Oh, I'm going to take my chances with another Conspirator, just because I really like the card, not because it's going to be the best option here. So gold I'm definitely going to grab. I'll pick up my harem as well. So you can see it's kind of a money game, but with a smattering of interesting terminals and fishing villages, which Fishing Village allows you to do. Again, Conspirator, this is probably going to bite me in the butt in the near future, so that's fine. Here's another province. See, here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about. We have some terminal collision, but that's okay. I still have enough money to buy a province independent of the collision here. Again, Fishing Village does kind of allow for smoothing that out a bit. You can get unlucky with Fishing Village, which does tend to happen quite a bit, but such is the way of things. But again, I get lucky with getting gold, so that's a bit unfortunate for my opponent. I'll definitely take that and pick up another province. This Fishing Village does not collide with any terminals, which is a bit of a nuisance, but now I'm on the verge of reshuffling, and I can pick up another Fishing Village to smooth out the future. Again, 6 is going to be harems. Definitely over golds at this point. We've already almost miled the provinces, as you can see. The game is almost ending. Here on 7, actually, I think I might buy a duchy. There's only 3 provinces left, and I have enough actions and little components in my deck that I'm probably going to be able to buy provinces. I don't think that I will see those whatever I buy here again if I do buy something other than duchy, so it's not worth buying anything other than duchy. So I'm going to pick that up. Again, my terminals collide with no fishing village in sight, which is a bit unfortunate, but at least I can play that Jester. Is there? Oh, again, I hit a gold. This is kind of unusual, but I have no other money in hand, so the turn is kind of wasted otherwise. I think at this point I would rather be distributing curses rather than gold, but taking the gold off of the top of her deck is really a main draw from that. So now I'm getting close to reshuffling. The provinces aren't too much closer to gone, but nevertheless, the duchies are still going to be important. I don't really mind so much if I hit one. But the other consideration, though, is that I do want to be picking up one of those last two provinces, and or ensuring that if she gets one, I'm able to follow up with one. And doing a duchy reduces the chances of that a little bit. Nevertheless, I'm going to go for it, just because I think the single point might end up being a game decider. I don't keep close enough tabs on my points to know when it will be for sure, but we'll find out again at the end. You always have that little surprise when you do it this way. It's kind of like a Christmas morning every time a game ends. Unless you lose, in which case it's like getting cold in your stocking, which is sometimes makes you want to punch kittens or small children or something like that. But here we go. I don't.
It's so innocent of you.
What? Punch kittens? What's wrong with punching kittens?
Every day.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not like NSFC. There's a cat behind me, which that may or may not be offended by the state. He's sleeping peacefully, so all is right with the world. All is right with the world. So there it is. I won by exactly the difference of a province there. So really, if nobody had ended up buying that province, or if one of us had ended up getting two duchies, it could have easily been a tie, and those extra harem points, duchy points might have ended up paying off. As it stands, didn't matter, but there you have it.